Have you ever wondered why so many expats are suddenly calling Malaysia their forever home in 2025? Well, stay with me, because what they're saying might surprise you, and honestly, it might even make Malaysians feel prouder than ever. Let's start with this. Imagine moving to a new country and instantly feeling like you belong. That's the exact sentence almost every expat I talked to said. I felt at home on day one. Why? Let's dive in. The first thing expats love most is something Malaysians sometimes forget to appreciate: the way people treat each other. It's not just hospitality. It's not just being polite. It's that warm, natural way Malaysians smile, help without asking for anything in return, and somehow make strangers feel like friends. Some expats even say they learned more about kindness in 3 months here than in 10 years back home. Quick question for you: have you ever seen a foreigner trying to order food and 5 people step in to help them? That's Malaysia. But here's where the first twist comes in. Many expats expected Malaysia to be nice, but what shocked them was how incredibly diverse and peaceful real everyday life is. Where else can you walk down one street and hear Malay, Chinese, Indian, English, Arabic, and Korean, all within 5 minutes? Where else can you finish work, grab nasi lemak, then meet your friends at a mamak, and end your night in a cafe that feels like you just teleported to Tokyo or Seoul? This blend of cultures isn't just beautiful, it's rare. And expats keep saying Malaysia taught them how different communities can actually live together, not just side by side. Before we continue, here's a small question to refocus. If you're Malaysian, what part of your culture do you think expats notice first? Let me know below. Your answer might surprise another Malaysian reading the comments. Now let's talk about something that makes expats almost jealous: the lifestyle balance. In 2025, Malaysia has become one of the best places in Asia for people who want a modern life without the crazy stress. You can have a good job, weekend road trips, nature escapes, malls, street food, and still not feel burned out. Expats love that you can finish work at 6, grab dinner for less than Rm20, and still have time for family, hobbies, or a late-night roti canai session. And yes, many admit the food alone could convince them to stay forever. But here comes another twist. Expats thought Malaysia was affordable, but they didn't expect the quality they get for the price. Clean cities improving every year. Public transport getting smarter. Digital payments everywhere. World-class healthcare without world-class bills. Fresh food, modern apartments, and fast Wi-Fi that actually works. Malaysia gives them a level of comfort they didn't think they could afford. Some even say Malaysia lets them live like VIPs on a normal salary. Quick attention check question: if you could bring one part of Malaysian life to another country, what would it be? The food? The people? The nature? Think about it for a second. Speaking of nature, this is where expats start sounding like travel vloggers. Beaches that look like postcards, rainforests older than the Amazon, islands with water so clear you can count the fish without even diving. And the best part? It's all close. You don't need a 2-week holiday, you need a weekend and a tank of petrol. Expats say it feels like they're living in a tourism commercial, but it's just their normal life. Another thing that took them by surprise is the creativity and ambition Malaysians are showing in 2025. From tech startups to fashion brands, from cafes opening in tiny towns to young creators making global waves, expats love watching Malaysia grow. They constantly say, "This country is on the rise, and I want to be here when it takes off." That sense of momentum, that energy, that optimism, it makes them want to stay, invest, and even plant roots. And let's be honest, the food deserves its own chapter. Expats don't just love Malaysian food, they become obsessed with it. They talk about it like it's a love story. They argue about where the best nasi lemak is. They plan their weeks around weekend food hunts. And when they go back home, the first thing they miss isn't the weather, it's sambal. Now here's something many Malaysians don't realize: expats say Malaysians are shockingly humble. In many countries, people show off achievements. But Malaysians, they do great things quietly. They protect their traditions quietly. They support each other quietly. And that humility is refreshing for someone coming from a more individualistic culture. It makes them feel calm, safe, grounded. But here comes another twist: what expats love most isn't the food, or the culture, or the affordability. It's the feeling. The feeling of belonging. The feeling of being accepted. The feeling of not being judged for being different. They say Malaysia doesn't force them to change who they are. Instead, it welcomes who they already are. So before we wrap up, let me ask you one last breakout question. If an expat is watching this right now, what's one thing you'd want them to experience in Malaysia before anything else? And to every Malaysian watching, take this as a reminder. Your country is more special than you think. You can see it in the way expats smile when they talk about your food, your festivals, your beaches, your values, your community spirit, your freedom to be yourself. Malaysia is not just a place to visit, it's a place to live, to grow, to build a future. And in 2025, expats are proving it every single day. If you enjoyed this, share your own experience below. Malaysians, what do you love most about your home? Expats, what made you stay? Your stories make Malaysia even more beautiful.